Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and generous supporters from around the world, welcome to the Sparkle Telethon 2024, our fourth annual event. Thank you so much for joining. Whether you're donating your time, your money, or your love, you have seized the opportunity to change lives directly from your living room. Tonight's event, the Sparkle Telethon, isn't just an evening of entertainment. It's a celebration of internationalism. It's an incredible opportunity to fundraise for a brighter future. We're here to raise money and awareness for the Sparkle Foundation, a nonprofit organization on a mission to create a future in which every individual has the opportunity to live a life of health and self-sufficiency. They are empowering the next generation of vulnerable communities in Malawi through education, nutrition, healthcare, and community outreach programs. You have already taken the first step in joining our mission by tuning into this live stream. But how can you take the next step and make a lasting impact? Well, let's dive right in and talk about the exciting things I have in store for you tonight. First, of course, we have 25 acts featuring performers from around the world that span 5 continents and 13 countries. If our viewers are as international as our performers, then we really are welcoming viewers from every corner of the world. Second, for a little bit of brain-teasing fun, we have our trivia segment. Throughout the evening, keep your ears tuned and your typing fingers ready, because every time I ask a trivia question, you can answer through the Just Giving comments. When you make a donation on Just Giving, it'll give you the option to type in your name and a comment, and you can use that comment feature to give your answer to the question that I'm asking. And every correct answer not only showcases your knowledge about Sparkle or Malawi, but also makes you eligible for a sparkly prize. And speaking of prizes, our raffle is another fantastic way to contribute while potentially winning big. For every donation made non-anonymously, when we can see your name, it'll be entered into our Changemakers raffle. Changemakers being a pun because every small change, even £1, will make you eligible to enter the raffle. But remember that different donation amounts earn you varying numbers of entries. So if you donate £1, you're entered 1 time into the raffle. If you donate £10, that's twice. 50 is 3 times, 75 is 4 entries, and £100 is 5 entries. And at the end, we'll pick a winner from both our trivia and our raffle, and those winners will get sparkly merch prizes. But before I give away all the surprises of tonight's festivities, let's kick off with a performance that's close to my heart. Coming all the way from Malawi, I'm thrilled to present the Sparkle Dance Troupe. Aren't they incredible? Fun fact, actually, I had the incredible opportunity to film this performance myself when I was in Malawi for 3 months, from October until January. It was an experience I will never forget, working alongside the dedicated staff and witnessing firsthand the impact the Sparkle Foundation has on our beneficiaries. After work, I would stand and watch these kids practice and get ready for their performance so that they could share it with you tonight. Now, as you enjoy the mesmerizing performances of our next performers, Kayra, Eunbi, and the adorable Sparkle Nursery 4 class, don't forget to rack your brains for our first trivia question. Remember to donate at least £1. Any amount is fine on the Just Giving page. And then with your comment, you can answer your question and give in your answer to the following question. What are the big 5 jungle animals in Malawi? Make sure to type in all 5 animals. And then now let's let the fun begin with Kayra first.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, then tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You've got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. But you know that when the truth is told, that you could get what you want, or you could just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you want to be before your time. Although it's so romantic on a borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. Your eyes, you've got your passion, you've got your pride. But don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you could just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you?
What talent! Gorgeous voice, mesmerizing sound, and adorable dancing. While Eunbi and Kayra might have actual professional and specifically trained abilities, the Nursery 4 class is just joining because they're excited to be included and able to support an event dedicated to them. And I believe that it's important for you viewers and donors to see exactly where your efforts are going to understand your impact. At Sparkle, our first pillar is education. In 2023 alone, we educated 414 students. We have about 100 students in both our primary and nursery courses at both of our sites, with 2 new sites on the way in 2024, so this statistic will only continue to grow. We will educate and empower more young people and ignite more potential as the year goes on, and thanks to your support. So I'd just like to friendly remind you that the description below in the YouTube channel and on LinkedIn and on Instagram, if you go onto my bio, you can access the link to the Just Giving page, where you can either donate plainly, donate for the trivia, which you might have all entered your answers to my previous question about the animals in Africa, with a new one coming up, so stay tuned. And finally, you can also enter the raffle by donating and comment raffle when you donate so that your name will be included in the raffle spinner at the end. Now, next up, I would like you to hear a little bit more about our education program from someone on the ground in Malawi. This is Gadsden, our education officer, working at the main site in Malawi, but controlling all of our education programs across our programs, and he would like to tell you a little bit about it from himself.
So at Sparkle, we provide free nursery school and primary school education to our children, and we also provide free adult literacy classes to those adults who want to go back to school. The main aim is to make sure all the vulnerable groups in our community have access to opportunities that can improve their lives. We have a team of dedicated, qualified teachers who help us achieve our mission, and for all this to be possible, we depend on your support. With a donation of £180, you can sponsor a child for a week, and with a donation of £560, you can help a child for a month. Please give to our program to help us reach out to hundreds and hundreds of children who have access to quality education. Thank you.
So that was Gadsden telling you a little bit about our education program, which I actually got to be a part of while I was on site in Malawi. So before I continue, I just want to tell you a little bit of a story about one of my favorite experiences as a teaching assistant in the Nursery 3 class, working with the Lions class. One day, I was working with a group of individuals on writing the first letter of their names, and they were having some difficulties, so I took a couple outside and was working specifically with them, and at the end of the day, I asked them to bring their notebooks home so that they can continue working. And not only did they receive this absolutely well, when they went out to lunch at the end of their day, because they finish with lunch, about 20 minutes later, the entire class, all 27 four-year-olds, were back at our classroom door wondering why they hadn't been assigned their workbooks so that they could have the opportunity to bring their learning home and share it with their friends and family. This was such a touching moment, so of course I gave all of them their workbooks and was super excited that they were as excited as me to start and continue learning. So they brought them home, and the next day, not only did they all do it, but they came streaming through the gate, sprinting towards me, brandishing their notebooks, really ready and proud to show me what they had been working on. And that was just such a moment of realization how much many people in more privileged societies take their education for granted, while these students are so educated, so inspired and appreciative of just this one example of how they're being able to have an education while they know that many of in their community aren't. And this is exactly what we support at Sparkle, trying to live in a world eventually where everyone has access to this, and it doesn't have to be such a special or unique privilege, because everyone should have access to education. So if you agree with me, make sure to use the link in the description to donate and ensure that even more students get educated, as we are at the moment, with a total of £54 donated in just 19 minutes since the live stream has gone live. We have already supported one child through a monthly education plan. We have supported 14 individuals with monthly teaching and learning materials for the classrooms. We have provided 42 monthly teacher salaries. And finally, we have paid for 2 school uniforms so that these primary and nursery students can be equipped and ready to go for learning. So thank you so much for everything that's already been done. As you can see behind me, there are some thank you messages, and I would like to put up our 2 donors that have already contributed, which are Kieran, our first donor, and Sam and Marlene. They will be put up behind me, and hopefully this entire stage behind me will be full with thank you messages featuring names of the people who have donated by the end of this event. So keep donating. And before we move on to the next performers, I would like to share with you our next trivia question, which is, of course, education related. I shared at the beginning of my little talk about education how many students we educated in 2023. If anyone remembers this statistic or somewhere close to that, can you please answer through the Just Giving comment, how many students did we educate in 2023? Thank you. All right, while you work on that, I would like to continue the entertainment part of our evening with a dance performance by Lidia Sorowska, Louise Barnes, Talia Erdem, and a staff choir performance by our partner school Cognita, and finally another performance from the ground in Malawi.
name is Fevan Tagara. I have weapon name of me. See my eyes, see my nose, see my mouth, see my ears, see my cheeks, see my chin, see my neck, see my stomach, see my shoulders, see my knees, see my toes. And I have seen of me.
Thank you so much to those talented performers. 3 of them were from ICS, my high school, which started my commitment and involvement with the Sparkle Foundation, so I am indebted to this organization. Cognita is one of our Sparkle schools, and we actually had 2 volunteers from this organization come out to Malawi, and I was able to work with them on site. They were amazing, and their talented colleagues are as well. And finally, that student is from, once again, our Nursery 4 class, just demonstrating our education program. Just to remind you that the trivia questions are still live, so if you haven't answered any yet, you can still do so, and it will still count towards maybe winning a Sparkle prize. The merch available includes bucket hats, bandanas, handbags, purses, and more, so make sure to get involved in that, or through the raffle. Just comment your answer to the trivia question or raffle when you make your donation. And speaking of donations, we've already had quite a few. As you can see behind me, the thank you board is filling up. Some of our most recent donors include Thomas, Brianna, the Hirt family, Jas Raj, Grandpa Art and Melissa, AB, Ann Snell, and Grandma Ann. So thank you all to those people who have already donated. Remember that you can get involved in the raffle and trivia as well, and keep donating. Now, next up, we have some information about our second pillar at Sparkle, which is nutrition. When we first started the organization, we just had the education program, and we were just having lessons and classes to educate our community, but we realized that the kids were falling asleep at halfway through their lessons because they were malnourished. So our second pillar is nutrition. We provide our nursery students with 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch at the beginning and end of their school day. And primary, we provide lunch right before they start their classes in the afternoon. You can contribute to our nutrition program by donating and helping us to provide monthly child nutrition plans and pay our kitchen staff. So before I tell you about who we are going to see performing next, I'd like to hand over to Rose, who is our main nurse and will also be speaking on behalf of the nutrition program on the ground at Sparkle.
Under the nutrition program, we have a feeding program where we provide meals to the nursery and primary school children. The aim is to ensure that the children are well fed and healthy in order to improve their physical and psychological well-being. With 142 pounds of your support, we'll be able to purchase relish and fruits for the whole week. And with 59 pounds of your support, we'll be able to buy cooking flour. And with 16 pounds of your support, we'll be able to purchase cooking oil for the feeding program. So I just want to urge you all to support the Sparkle Foundation now.
Thanks, Rose. So that's a little bit from on-the-ground information about our nutrition program. And in fact, with our most recent donations, we are now at £340, 8% of our goal already, which in the nutrition program translates to 21 children provided with a full nutrition plan lasting an entire month, and 723 days of kitchen staff provided with their salaries. So thank you so much for donating already. And if you haven't, make sure to continue doing so or start. Anything, even £1 will make a difference and can get you involved in the trivia or the raffle. Speaking of the trivia, my next trivia question for you is, what is the name of Malawi's food staple, which also is heavily featured in Sparkle's plans and feeding programs. It's quite common across Africa, but very known in Malawi as the food staple. If you know the name of this carb, please enter it through your comment in Just Giving. And without further ado, let's continue on with our talented performers, which feature Flair, a singer-songwriter, the Sparkle Aksel Salmi on the saxophone, and the Sparkle Youth through their dance troupe. If you enjoyed them at the beginning, they are back for round 2. So over to Flair.
Do you remember November? It's just like December. My first only winter without you. Do you remember the days when you wouldn't love me towards your pain? Still with me, but I'm dreaming again. I'm dreaming again. I'm dreaming again. Oh, again. Oh. I don't know why I couldn't find one reason to think this through. 'Cause I would hold you tight all through the night and still be stuck thinking of you. But that was before 20-something. I was stuck in my ways. Back when we were just youngins falling away. Now I can't shake the feeling. Do you feel it too? Now I'm in my head, stumbling, wondering. Do you remember November? It's just like December. My first only winter without you. Do you remember the days when you wouldn't love me towards your pain? Still with me, but I'm dreaming again. Ooh, but I'm still
Wow. I had to feature them again because they are just so insanely talented and perfectly linked with Sparkle's mission. Just before we continue, I'd like to shout out some of our most recent donors, bringing us to a total of £571, 14% of our goal of £4,000. So thank you so much to Tim and Pau, the Von Planta family, Tasha Sampson, and Tiffany Crook for your generous donations and your trivia entrances. Next, coming up, we have a little bit of information about our third pillar, which is nutrition. We have some more talented performers awaiting you, and I would like to talk a little bit about the youth who were featured in the most recent performance video. They are supported through multiple different arts programs and educational programs at Sparkle. These include dance, drama, poetry, and music. And they are invited to come to Sparkle after our nursery and primary school ends around 3:30, and then they are supported by our community officer and our sports director, who you will now hear a little bit from now, who's coming to you from on the field during a sports practice.
I'm Magasoko, the sports coordinator for the Sparkle Foundation. So at Sparkle, we have got the sports project where we focus on netball and football. For netball, I've got our youth and the women teams. For the football, I've got our under 6, under 9, under 13, and under 21s. So the reason for us to be doing the sports project is that we would want to help the youth create their career pathways. We want to develop their talent and skill, and we would also want to see them being fit always. So as you can see to my back here, those are the under 13 boys preparing themselves to start their session, passing and receiving session. And to my far right, I've got our under 9s who are doing a small-sided match. So all these are possible because of your donations. For every £5 that you donate, it helps us to secure, to book this football ground, which we use for all our teams, the football and netball teams sessions. And for every £60 that you donate, it helps us to book a minibus to be using as transport session for our equipment and our players as well. So the other part is, whenever you donate, you help us to be having our medical kit, the first aid kit that we use whenever we want to assist our players when they're having some injuries. So please, I urge you all to donate so that together, the Sparkle Foundation and you there watching us, we should create brighter futures for our youth. And
Thanks, Daniel. And thank you for mentioning some of our mini goals. Throughout the event, I want to update you on some of our smaller goals that we're achieving within the £4,000 that is our greater goal that will be contributing to the 2 new sites that we are building as we speak. However, with what we already have donated, the £571, we have contributed to 114 sports field rentals. Every training, they need a new sports field, and we don't have one on site, so we need to rent one. And thanks to your donations, we've rented 114 times now. We have contributed to 10 bus rental hires. So whenever there's a sports tournament, often run by Sparkle or by one of the local organizations or schools, we need to get transport there. And so thanks to you, we have 10 of those bus hires. And we also have 4 coaches' salaries that we have provided per training with our total amount, and 11 footballs or netballs that we can contribute to our sports program. So thank you so much for everything you've contributed so far. Please continue to do so. And now, before we move on to our next talented performers, I have another question for you. If you remember the arts programs that we run for our youth, enter the 4 types of programs that we provide them through your trivia comment by your Just Giving donation. Thank you. So next up, we have Sasha Bond singing a song, the Clyde Co team that visited our site in recently as a volunteer trip, along with the teachers that work directly on the site educating our students, and Medha Barath on an instrumental performance. We are almost halfway through our performers already. It's going quickly, so remember, don't hesitate to donate or involve yourself in our trivia and raffle, because this event will be over before you know it and you'll wish that you had. So while you get out your credit cards, I will hand over to Sasha.
It's not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize you. That these shoes and this apron, this place and its patrons have taken more than I gave you. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be. Oh, though it's true, I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken, but won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. But now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over or rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew was reckless just enough, who gets hurt but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little it's been gone, but it used to be mine. Oh, it used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's always mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie.
bestie, sit down by the fire. Your bestie says you want parties, if you make these flames go higher. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go, I know. Talking about vida, I know. Talking about vida, I know. Start my truck, it's all jumping. Here we go together. High school breeze, big palm trees.
Bravo to Sasha, Clyde Co, the Sparkle teachers, and Medha Barath. With just those 3 performances, we already spanned the UK, Dubai, Malawi, Switzerland, and India, just demonstrating how international our telethon supporters, specifically performers, but also all of our viewers are. Everyone is coming together from all around the world to support a common goal, the Sparkle Foundation. The third pillar of which is our healthcare system, where we care for around 90 patients every day in our Sparkle Clinic, where we have usually about one main nurse supporting all of those patients with a few assistants and some weekly doctors that we can provide for more advanced symptoms and diagnoses. We also have a cervical cancer outreach program where we are encouraging the women of our community to come in and get tested so that they can act quickly and prevent the spread of cancer, as well as regular treatment of respiratory and skin conditions and even more. But let's hear it from Rose, our head nurse at the Sparkle Clinic, who knows best.
Thank you for tuning in. This is Rose Mchimba, the Health Officer for the Sparkle Foundation Malawi. I just want to give you an update about the Sparkle Foundation Health Program. So with this program, we have a clinic where we provide medical and health support to our children, community members within the 17 villages in the catchment area and beyond. We also conduct mobile outreach clinics and awareness campaigns in addressing different medical problems within the catchment area. So with every 40 pounds of your support, we'll be able to use an ambulance and refer patients to health facilities outside this district. With 10 pounds of your support, we'll be able to refer patients and use an ambulance within the same district. With 10 pounds, we'll be able to pay for a doctor and cervical cancer screening provider. And with 186 pounds, we'll be able to buy medical equipment and drugs for a month. So I just want to urge you all to please donate and support the Sparkle Foundation. Together, we can create a better future for the vulnerable children and the communities here in Malawi.
Thanks, Rose. So actually, with our live update of how much funds we've raised, we can tell you exactly how much you've contributed to the healthcare program already. So we are already at 20% of our goal, with £861 raised by our 24 supporters so far, and they are just growing. As you can see on the board behind me, it is filling up with all of our thank you messages. Just a quick shout out to the Elkis family, Beth Hampton, the Berchi family, Judy, Tasneem, Richard, and Anne. Thank you so much for your donations, and we will continue to shout out people who are donating and watching live, but make sure that if you know someone who's in a different time zone or isn't available to watch the event now, make sure to share it on your social medias or WhatsApp broadcasts, or get the message out there that this event can also be enjoyed after the fact, because our donation page will stay open and we can continue to receive donations and even receive trivia and raffle entries until 2 weeks after the event. So thank you so much for everyone who's donated so far. Make sure to post it on your stories that you're watching the event now to build the buzz for anyone who hasn't been able to join yet or is going to join later but has forgotten about it. So we want to raise that awareness. For the healthcare, you guys have already contributed to an insane amount of support that we can provide through our clinic, supporting our community across 17 villages. This is exactly what you have contributed to. 22 ambulance rides to the Blantyre Central Hospital when there's something seriously wrong. 86 ambulance rides within Zomba to the local clinic for less urgent situations. 172 doctor salary days where our special doctor can come in and treat the more serious cases that our head nurse does not have capacity for. 97 monthly rates of drugs for our clinic, which fill our entire stock and enable us to treat all of our regular patients. 3,444 nurses' salary days, and 57 children have been provided with a full medical plan for a month, thanks to your contributions that have reached £861 so far. Thank you so much, and please continue donating, enjoying the performances, and participating in the raffle and trivia. Next up, we have our PPS staff choir with a second performance of Titanium. Once again, thank you to our partner school, Cognita. Then we'll have an instrumental performance from Derickleduke, who is quite famous on Instagram and has agreed to participate because he is passionate about supporting important causes such as Sparkle. Our youth choir singing another song, and Lidia Sorowska, which you will recognize from her group performance, performing a solo dance. So, on to Titanium by the RPPS staff choir.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all you
beat thy doors, my life. You are the beat thy doors, my life. Master Jesus, you are the beat thy doors, my life. Master Jesus, you are the beat thy doors, my life. Oh, you are the beat, you are the beat thy doors, my life. You are the beat, you are the beat thy doors, my life. Master Jesus, you are the beat thy doors, my life. Master Jesus, you are the beat thy doors, my life. Oh, Yesu ndinulinga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Oh, Yesu ndinulinga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Poenda banga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Osamira banga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Oh, Yesu ndinulinga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Oh, Yesu ndinulinga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Oh, boenda banga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. Oh, bosamira banga, ndinulinga la moyo wanga. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, you're my Lord, you're my King, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, sing El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, you're my Lord, you're my King, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, sing El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, you're my Lord, you're my King, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, my protector El Shaddai, you're my savior El Shaddai, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, sing El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, you're my Lord, you're my King, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, you're my glory El Shaddai, you're my power El Shaddai, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, sing El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, you're my Lord, you're my King, you're my everything to me. Oh Lord, sing El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Louis 13 and it's all on me, nigga, you just bought a shot. Kamikaze, everything that you gon' knock me off the top. Shit, your wife in the backseat of my brand new Barcinski.
Some absolutely talented performers and some extremely generous supporters watching tonight. Thank you so much. As you can see, the wall behind me is almost full. So many people are being so generous because they understand the importance of education, nutrition, healthcare, and community outreach for the vulnerable communities and children in Malawi. So thank you so much for supporting, and a special shout out to our most recent donors: Mike Muller, Gordon Owen, Tanya, Helena Crook, the Berry Connection, Salmi family, Richard, and the Fairfield family, with more coming in as we speak. And a special shout out to the Salmi family, who have given us the biggest donation we've received so far. Thank you so much for your generosity, and I hope that it inspires others to continue to donate or to start donating if you haven't already. If you want some incentive, then I'll ask you the next trivia question. Once again, all you have to do is donate £1, and that's enough for it to allow you to give a comment, and that's where you can enter your trivia answer. So our next trivia question is related to our fourth pillar at Sparkle, community outreach. Specifically, what training do we provide our women? A, farming, B, financial, and C, overall education. Please respond with which one you think it is for a chance to win our prize. And before we continue with even more extremely talented individuals, I'd like you to hear from our community officer in charge of all the programs we offer, our women, youth, and sports programs, as well as a member of the youth group that you just heard singing, telling you a little bit about why you should donate. Thank you.
Francis GC, and I'm the community officer for the Sparkle Foundation. As a community program, we strive at building a resilient community where each member of the community is empowered. We achieve this through two sub-programs, the youth program and the women's program. The youth program builds the youth on different skills that they can use for their day-to-day life, such as career building skills, as well as mental health. We also train these youth in different economic skills, such as dance, drama, and sports. For the women's program, we have created a safe space where women can talk about different issues that affect them, such as gender issues and mental health. We've also trained these women in different economic skills where they can invest in shares and take out loans, as well as business development classes to elevate their economic status. Thank you.
Sparkle Youth, we are drivers of change in our community. We do this by spreading messages and awareness on different issues that affect our community. With every 150 pounds of your support, you can help and keep our community healthy and informed. Thank you.
Thanks, Francis, and thanks to our youth group who continue to demonstrate why it's so important that you support the Sparkle Foundation. In fact, you have already supported quite significantly. We are now at 40% of our goal with £1,593 raised. Thank you so much. And specifically in the community, this can go towards 287 community member meetings, 531 community training lunches, 398 community outreach messages when they go out into the community and spread awareness about why it's important to break the cycle of poverty through education, nutrition, healthcare, and community outreach, and encourage people to come and use our services, for example, our free health clinic or our women's group members. You have also supported individual women through 16 startup loans. We provide our women's group. We have 4, each of them with about 15 members, making up about 60 women members in all of our programs. who receive these startup loans and use them within their banking organization that they create within their groups that helps them to either raise awareness or raise money or store money that they can use to start their businesses and become self-sufficient and not just rely on their husbands or work in the home. This allows them to start their own farming project, their own financial developments, and to better themselves so that they can also not only empower themselves, but be able to provide their children with a brighter future. So thank you for everything you've contributed so far, and don't hesitate to continue doing so. We are reaching the end of our event with only one more group of performers coming up next, and then we'll be almost at closing. So make sure, if you haven't donated already, do so. Just £1 is significant enough. Or with £15, you can provide a child with food 3 meals a day for an entire month. So thank you so much, and please consider donating. Over to Nathan, Anna, and the Sparkle Youth Dance Troupe one more time because they're just so talented, and some other surprises waiting for you. Before we continue to the Sparkle Dance Troupe, I just want to include again the dance by the Sparkle teachers and our partner Clyde Co, because due to technical difficulties, their dance was cut off, and that doesn't seem fair because their performance was also amazing. So we're going to have 2 dances in a row, the teachers and Clyde Co, and then followed by our youth troupe, signifying almost the end of our performers. So keep donating, and thank you to our most recent donors that brought us up to £1,689. Grandma Ann Raffle, Sean Begum, Aunt Jay, and the Fairfield family. My wall is filling up with all of your generosity, so thank you so much, and over to the dancers.
My bestie and your bestie sit down by the fire. Your bestie says you want parties, so can you make these flames go higher? Talking about hey now, hey now, I go, I know. Talking about Vina, I know. Talking about Vina, stop my truck, it's all jumping. Here we go together. High school breeze, big palm trees, I tell you that don't get no better. Talking about hey now, hey now, I go, I know. Talking about Vina, I know. Talking about Vina, hey ya mama, hey, step on the dancing floor. Hips rewinding, tail rewinding, put it to the island way. Hey ya baby mama, don't you dancing shoes. One rock it, put it loud, loud, put it to the next one. Jam in the small jam way, jam in the small jam way. My bestie, your bestie, dancing by the fire. Your bestie says you want parties, so can you make these flames go higher? Talking about hey now, hey now, I go, I know. Talking about Vina, I know. Talking about Vina, Solomon just right up, right foot in mama, make me party non-stop in a island banda. Swing those hips and back it up to me ragga. I dance for party ladies with a doggy doggy. I'm coming out of reggae, reggae, blue, green and yellow. We're jumping on the beat, make it slow wine for me, baby. Speakers pumping, people jumping, we're jumping the island way. Shout out to the good time crew, all across the land. Grab your shoes, make 2 by 2, and let me shine it bright like diamond. Talking about hey now, hey now, I go, I know. Talking about Vina, I know. Talking about Vina,
We are almost at the end of our event. We have one more incredible performance from the youth troupe coming up, and one bonus performance if we reach 50% of our goal, which we are so close to. We're at £1,775, just a little bit more, and we'll reach 50%, which will be £2,000, with just a small amount to go until we reach our full total. So please keep donating while we watch our last performance. And if you need a little bit of a push to make that donation, or to make a little bit more than you thought you might, then here is a chant by our Sparkle Youth Group, which roughly translates to give it fire, ignite the fire, which they chant all over the site in the sports programs and generally around to raise morale and encourage people. So they wanted to use it to encourage you as well to donate and change lives. Thank you.
I'm the okay.
One. Keep up on the one.
Thanks for that encouragement. I hope that made you have your final little push before we see our final act. Just once again, if we reach that last under £200 of donations, bringing us to 50%, the Sparkle Youth Group will do a backflip for you. So don't hesitate to donate. And just a reminder of what specifically you'll be contributing towards. At our program, we support education 414 students in 2023, with more to come, because in Malawi, only 34% of nursery-age children are actually enrolled in school, which we are fighting to change, because poverty is the #1 contributor to school dropouts, and therefore we select the most vulnerable children of the ones in our surrounding area through a vulnerability assessment, and once they are enrolled in our programs, they can go all the way from nursery through primary onto youth, and then as adults, they can return to the women program and continue to get support as we fight to empower the next generation and break the cycle of poverty. Through our healthcare, we are trying to change the fact that 38% of women aged 20 to 24 were married before the age of 18 in 2023. Because of the lack of understanding and awareness around health issues and protection of the youth. We are fighting this through both our community pillars, supporting the youth programs, as well as our healthcare programs that are available to all members of our community. Some people walk up to 7 kilometers to reach our facility because it's the only free one in the surrounding area that provides access to healthcare and support to everyone. In our nutrition program, we provided 98,780 individual meals in 2023 because 35.5% of children under 5 suffer from malnutrition-induced stunting in Malawi. That is an insane amount of children that are suffering because they can't have access to proper food. This is why this statistic is specifically under 5 years old, is because that age group is not physically fit or strong enough to go and find food for themselves when their parents abandon them or neglect them. And therefore, that age group is the most vulnerable, and that's why they are targeted through our nursery and then continuously supported through our primary and youth programs. You have contributed to this, to changing this statistic and increasing the statistic to over 100,000 meals served next year by joining the Sparkle Telethon and continuing to donate. And finally, our fourth pillar of community fights to change the fact that 26% of households in rural areas don't have access to drinking water. This means that they have to travel for hours or line up for hours at the local drinking holes to get their water for the day. Whereas if they are supported by Sparkle or yourselves through these programs, they can have access to the things they need as well as the financial training to change this access for themselves by becoming financially independent and supporting themselves and their families. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined today. Right now, we are at £1,933, so close to £2,000. I bet that we can get over that hump during the next performance, the final performance by the Sparkle Youth Group, with an extra bonus. If we reach £2,000, they will perform a backflip for you. So thank you so much for watching so far, and donate that last little amount that you have to spare, whether that's £1, £10, £50, every single pound goes straight to Sparkle to change lives and create brighter futures. Thank you so much. We are almost there, and we will continue to get even closer to our grand total of £4,000 as people continue to watch and donate. So please, once this event is over, post it on your stories. Tell me which event and which performer you enjoyed the most. Share that with your friends, your family, and encourage them to come donate as well, because generosity spreads quickly, and soon we'll reach our goal, and all of that money will go straight to the next sites that we're building to reach even more lives. We're at 15,000 lives impacted at this moment, and that will continue to grow as we continue to get more support from individuals like yourselves. The last shout outs that we want to make for the donations that have just come in are to Sam and Marlene and the Fairfield family that donated again, because they are so committed to making this change and creating an impact for these vulnerable children and communities in Malawi. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the 4th annual Sparkle Telethon event and everything it has done to change lives in Malawi directly from your living room. I hope you join again next year, and that you continue to share the donation and YouTube links so that people can continue to make differences just as you have done tonight. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.